Because it wasn't all about the big three.
Yeah, so talked about the little 12. We might as well jump right into it. What?
Hell yeah.
How did the little 12 come? Because we haven't talked about that on the show. We talked about the little 12.
So first of all, big three, unbelievable teammates. All time.
All-time teammates,
all right,
too. Yes.
Great dudes.
Yes.
All right, D-Wade, CB, LeBron. Okay. But there was definitely a case system, all right, class system. There was definitely some classism going on in the Miami Heat locker room. Hey. Not so much in the locker room, because we were busting everybody's balls. Right?
Everyone in the locker room knew who they were.
But like there was a class system, and every year we have to do these appearances for the fans, right? Mm-hmm. Which are great, all right. We get to interact with fans. Well, I'll never forget this. It was casino night. Now, casino night is the only night where they serve free liquor to the fans.
Yes.
Okay? So
Which, by the way, is a big deal.
Which is a big deal. Okay? So our fans would love them. They pay a lot of money to come see us play. This is the one event where it's open bar. Okay? It's in the floor of the arena. And they trot us out there. And this is the only time the fans get a little touchy. A little handsy.
Yeah. Oh, not a little.
I've had my ass,
Yeah. Listen,
grab.
I'm like the golden bachelor to old women. I don't understand why I just attract 50 and over. Like, well, I don't understand how to.
Because you're 50.
No, mother, I was not 50. You older than me.
Go ahead.
So we're casino night, at American Airlines on the floor, open bar. Okay, they trot us out there. We're sitting there playing blackjack, dice, talking, doing what we do, interacting with the fans. I'm looking around. I'm like, son of a gun. Where's CB, D-Wade, and LeBron? Mm-hmm. They're not out here. Mm-hmm. So they trot us out there. We're just like, just getting grabbed. And someone said, oh, they had a private event before this event. I'm like, what type of is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
It don't get more private than sitting at home with your feet kicked up.
What is this?
I'm sure they did have a private event. Don't get more private than sitting in your own house with your feet kicked up.
That's private?
Yeah, that's private for sure.
And I said, I have business cards too. I like to hand out to people that might find them interesting.
Hey, listen.
Oh, I was hot. So I said right then and there, I said, well, what do we have here? We got the big three and the little 12.
Yes.
Oh, so you came up with a little 12.
He is the originator.
Yes.
Well, we ran with it, too.
He is the originator.
Yeah, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I was thinking, I was about to say the 12 dwarfs, but you can't say that anymore. But like,
oh, you can't. You cannot.
That's what in my mind I was like, oh, we got Snow White and the little 12.
Yeah.
But to our credit, when we said that, we owned it.
Oh yeah.
It was a badge of honor. And, and we asked those guys now.
It was a badge of honor.
Yes.
It is a badge of honor.
Yes,
it was. And so we joked about it. To be clear, those guys respected us. They know our value. All right. So it was never from their standpoint, but we let them know, like, y'all need us. I mean, we appreciate you, but y'all need us as much as we need you.
We talked about it before we got on set, because it's like just seeing you guys and talking about the old stories, and we're gonna get to a ton of stories in this podcast. But like the best thing about that in my 17 years, those 3 years that I was here, there was never any drama. Like it was never like you showed up to work every day. There wasn't, hey, oh man, we gotta make sure he's all right. Everybody knew who they were. It was like, to say what, because I'm just kind of teeing off of what you said. Like those guys, it wasn't for them why we call ourselves Little 12. Yep. You know what I mean? Like those guys knew how important we were, and we knew how important they were, obviously. Yes. But it was an unbelievable locker room, man. We got lucky.
It was. We never had any issues
ever.
And when there was, it got corrected like that.
It wasn't about winning.
Look, we were there for one reason. All right?
One reason.
Rings.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Rings.
That's it.
And like I tell people all the time, it was similar to Duke, but even Duke, people were trying to make a name for themselves. Like, it's rare in life that you go to a place, a team, and everybody from 1 to 100 is rowing in the same direction. When you can do that, you can have real conversations, right? And the only thing that matters is winning.
No doubt.
You said, like you said, real conversations. Because with the little 12, we're all interchangeable pieces. we had to keep each other encouraged.
Bring the lefty in.
For sure. So, like, just everybody gets to see the part when Mike steps in and makes the 1-foot shot. Yeah. Or when you go for, what was it, 7 threes?
Yeah.
Six threes. And then when I have my moments, everybody sees those moments. But leading up to those moments, how we had to keep each other encouraged, and how you have to say, okay, maybe this is not your series, UD, this is Shane's series, and maybe we don't need you this series, Mike, we need you this series. Like, the true professionalism and the sacrifice that it takes to understand
Yeah.
and to still enjoy the success of your teammates and your team.
Yep.
That's rare.
Yep.
It doesn't happen as much anymore, if any.
Yeah.
But just talk about those dark nights, because I don't think people understand how we had to keep each other encouraged. Because at the end of the day, the big three was going to be the big three. And once again, they were great. They appreciated us and they showed love. But they couldn't understand or even fathom the things that we had to go through.
Yep.
I remember talking to D-Wade one time, and he was like, man, I know my job was hard. But your job, not knowing how many shots you were going to get, not knowing how many minutes you were going to get, and you still had to be on point every night. Yep. Just like, can we just talk about that part of it? Because that is tough.
Well, first of all, you look at our roster. We had some.
We had a whip.
Yeah.
We had some.
We had dudes.
Great dudes.
I mean, I was just
accomplished.
I was just with Rashard Lewis like last week. He was
All-star.
all-star. And he was. Go ahead, go. I don't want to cut you off. But
And so, you understand, like, we all had egos.
Yes.
All right, so it wasn't like we were these meek, like, little mice that are like, oh, we're happy to be here. No, we all, like, hey, we want to win championships, but, like, I'm going to help us win a championship, all right, in our own way. And the mental stability that we had to have, because it was an intense period. You know, my 3 years, I mean, you played 20 years there. I mean, it was mentally. Yes. Every single day you walked in that gym, you know, I talk about the Heat culture, but it was a mindset of like, look, it's about business, right? And it wasn't for everybody.
No.
And especially when there was time, we all lived it where we weren't on the floor.
Yes.
And to go and home and like, you know, like screaming your pillow, you know, but like the cool part was like, again, it was competition, but it was like, hey, man, stay with it. Stay with it. We need you. We need you. We need you. And again, it's super, super rare. And so, like, that's why we were one of the greatest teams in recent history, because all the factors in history, because all those little things that are very, 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 very rare in sports.
And the unique part about it, which was somewhat luck, but it caught a lot of really good players that you're talking about at certain points in their career, because a lot of the reason, like, listen, no one liked not playing. Let's put that out there right now. You said it, he said it. It sucked.
Yep.
In fact,
Dark nights, boy.
Oh, it was dark night. But the reality of it is, like, we all knew while we were there, and we signed up for it.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, we signed up for that. You know, so we didn't have people at their careers like, oh, I got to get paid next year. I'm going to be a free agent. Like, we all want to get paid. Like, at the end of the day, but it was just, we had everybody, and you said it, rolling in the same direction, which never happens, man.
Never.
Yeah.
Never happens.
And if you don't breathe life into me, and if you don't breathe life into me, then I'm not ready for my moments. And vice versa. If I'm not breathing life into you and checking on you on those games where you didn't play and those games where I didn't play or you didn't play, we always should check on each other. Shane, how you doing? You hanging in there? Keep your head up. We're going to need you. And we're going to need you. Like, we always breathe life into each other.
And that shows up when it's the hairiest. Yes. Okay? So I was looking at the old championship runs. Like, do you remember being down 2-1 in Indiana?
So I was about to talk about, because I was like, we all talk about how it was great to win it, but there was dark moments. What? Team-wise, too. Talk about that, because we had that meeting in there.
Yeah. So we're down 2-1 to Indiana, second round.
Yes.
Okay, this is coming off Dallas.
Yes.
You know, we already know the pressure is like.
Oh, if we don't win that year, all of us are gone.
All of us are gone.
Yeah, I'm playing in Shanghai.
Yeah, all of us are gone.
Kaput.
Right? And so game one, CB goes down.
Yep.
Okay, and so.
It's a scramble.
We don't have a backup like plan for this. All right? We don't have a backup plan for the big three. Yeah. And so the next game, I looked it up. They started. You started with Ronny Torioff. Okay.
Good Ronny.
Yeah.
I forgot about Ronny.
And that didn't go well. The next game they started Barbecue Pit and me, Dexter Pittman. That didn't go well. Okay. And it took us like 3 games to figure out, okay, this is our new style. This is when pace and space got introduced, and we had to like totally reinvent ourselves with the pressure, knowing that we'll have new homes if we don't figure this out.
Oh.
Yeah, talk about get thrown into the fire.
Man.
Right?
Wow.
And so, like, when you face in sports and like in life in general, when you face like that's adversity, and that's you're facing the precipice of disaster. Okay, then you find out what you're made of as a team. And you don't, at that moment, you don't just like make that up. You don't create it like then. Down 2-1, okay, guys, we're going to be a team. Let's come together. Not like, that is forged like
Yes.
throughout all those tough conversations.
No doubt.
Through those sleepless nights. I'm not playing. Hey man, stay with it. All right, the highs and the lows. So when you got a call on it, you can. And we turn it around. D Wade and Bron had big games. Turn it around, win that tough series 4-2.
Yes.